So as the year comes to an end, you must be asking yourself, what have I achieved so far? It's been a 12 months of grueling work, guys, and what have I achieved so far? Personally, you're asking yourself those questions. You're wondering. It's been, as we head to closing to the 365 days, guys. This is 30th. I'm filming. This is 30th of December, which means we have like one day to go to end the year. And the questions you must be asking yourself are like, guys, what have I achieved this year? And these are 365 days, guys. What have I achieved so far? So those are the questions, guys, we have to ask ourselves today. That's the question I have to answer today. Now that's on me. That's personally, that's what I've been answering. And I've achieved quite a number of things that I just felt like showing you guys. I just felt like showing you guys so that maybe this can help you prepare for next year, maybe prepare well for the following year. Like that, just get your goals together, plan, have that, resolute to actually do, to achieve something actually in the next 365 days, guys. This is 30th of December, which means you have like one day left to end the year. So what have I achieved so far, guys? So let's take a look at this. The very first thing, guys, is this is the very first thing, guys. Look at this. Oh, look at those. I mean, for you it may look incomplete, but for me, guys, this is a complete structure. For me, I've done the hardest part. You see, so this was my goal this year. My goal starting out this year, even before bringing in the chicks, I was supposed to either set a goal of bringing out this, creating this structure, guys. But I didn't know that it will come through like this, but it has happened and it is done. For me, guys, this was the hardest part of this structure, and I consider this a complete building because the remaining part is very little. It's so little that it will take a very short period of time just to finish. This was the hardest part for me, getting these raw materials, these heavy pillars, putting them here. I paid quite a amount of money just to get them here to be fetched from where they were. We bought them, and that was the hardest part, guys. But it is done. They are on the ground. They have been sealed well with this is what with concrete. They are very dry, as you can see, very dry, very nice, and it's complete. For me, it's complete, guys. For me, it is a complete structure. It's just that a very small percentage of it is missing. So for you, may be looking at this and wondering, well, these are just pillars standing in the ground, stuck in the ground. But for me, guys, it's a complete structure because I've done actually the hardest part of it. Hardest part of it is actually done. Now, what was this? Besides this, guys, I've been able to achieve quite another goal I set out to achieve this year, guys, was to actually bring in 300 chicks, and we hatched them. That was from January 2025. We hatched them. They grew up in 5 months. They grew up, and we were able to, collect eggs. They're mature now. We're actually reaping the benefits of that activity. So that is achievement number 2, guys. We brought in 300 chicks. Actually, the planning for that started in 2023, guys. You may not know this, but it actually began in 2023, the planning. Because 2023, guys, I think in August, I had some chickens there, the local chickens, which I was rearing. But I was just doing that just to sell them. I wasn't really planning on keeping them for a longer period of time, but it was just to sell them so that I get enough money to repair the structure, because the floor was really that destroyed and by the chickens. So I had to prep that floor. I had to cement the floor very well, buy some equipment that were missing, and restock my feeds, guys. So I did that. I got them and I sold them off in December, guys. Last year I sold them off, 2023, that is. Sold them off, bought a number of equipment. I did a number of work with the building, that which I wanted to do, and it was done. Then I prepared. As I was doing that, I was preparing for these 300 chicks, guys, that were supposed to come in. Now remember, the ordering for the chicks, guys, takes quite a lot of time. You need to pay. You can pay all the amount, or you can pay a deposit of maybe, let's say 50% of it, so that you get the rest of the chickens, guys, towards the end. rather you pay the rest of the amount towards the end of the once you receive the product, you see. So it's a very basic structure. You pay half of it and then you receive the next, you pay the rest of the amount, the remaining amount, when you receive actually the chicks. So that's what happened. I had I had to get some money after selling off that flock, guys. It was around were they 70 or 80 chickens. They were really big. I sold them at it wasn't really profitable, but I got some amount. It was the profit was, the margins were good, but not really good, not that good. So I managed to get the money, do some repairs, repair the structure, buy some equipment that were missing, and in preparation for the 300 chicks that I already have right now. The 300 chickens I already have right now. So that's what the preparing started, guys. So this one, it didn't happen in 2024 this year. It actually began some 5 months in 2023, guys. So that was the goal, and we achieved it. And with here, I think you can hear them in the background. Yeah, you can hear the noise. It's actually 9 right now. It's actually 9. I think a few minutes past 9 in the morning, which means they're laying. They're laying. I've actually collected a number of eggs for I think 2 trays already. So they're laying, guys. This is the best time they're actually laying. So that was goal number 2, and it was achieved, guys. We brought in 300 chicks, and they're laying. The chickens now, they're grown up. They are laying. We are reaping the benefits. Now, the other goal I wanted was actually this one. Now, this one was actually the one I set actually after bringing the chickens, guys. I had thought about completing this structure, because I had these I don't know, can you see this? I had this wooden structure right here, but it helped me for a while, but not that long. It helped me for a while, but I kept some chickens there. I think this was in 2022, some 2 years ago. Yeah, I'll say some 2 years ago. I kept some chickens there, around 50 of them. The local chickens, they call them improved kienyeji, but it helped me for just a few months, guys. I didn't really get to use the structure very well. That's where I turned into a fish pond, that project that didn't go very well. And you sometimes you set the goals to achieve, but sometimes things happen and they don't just fall through as you expect. So that was the structure. It helped me, but I won't just disregard it, because it helped me a lot, because I got to know what is needed. From failure, you actually get to learn something from failing something. You learn something from actually that failure. And I learned that fish business or fish production, guys, or fish farming requires quite an amount of money, guys, quite a serious amount of money. If you are going in for commercial purposes, guys, you require quite some serious cash. I can't even put an exact figure or an estimate of how much you need. It just depends on what you're starting. So I learned quite of that. I learned a lot about that fish production business, and it's a project that I've just put it aside. I haven't forgotten about it. I haven't said no to it, but I've just put it aside, because I'll be coming to it next year. So once I set up this one, once I'm done with this building, guys, I've equipped it. It is functional. The chickens are there, and the profits, I believe, from that flock that I'm bringing in, I believe I should be getting enough, like 500 chickens in here. So once I stock this area, guys, with the chickens, 500 of them actually in the upper floor, I should be able to start thinking about the fish business, because I'll just start in small quantities, because I want to do it for consumption purposes. If the idea comes to light and it comes to be if I get the hold of the knowledge that's required for this to happen, maybe I'll go commercial with it. But for now, I'll just be doing some, maybe next year, towards the end of next year, guys, 2025, towards the end of 2025, I should be able to do that. I should be able to start or continue or resume with this fish production business. But for now, guys, is this structure. I have to focus on this structure. I have to complete it, stock it with 500 chicks. I have to feed them so that to completion means to the point where they start laying and they're giving you money. That is when you are you can think of a project as being complete. When they start laying after 5 months, and then you can think of it as a complete project, because it actually starts giving you money at that particular time. So that's the goal, guys. That's the goal for 2025, guys. This is coming next year, guys. So those have been my achievements so far. 2024, this year, I set out very well. I've completed quite other things, guys, but the one I really done this year, like the water structure that we already have. I showed you in the previous video. You can watch my previous videos on that. The water, how we manage water in this area, because if you are doing this kind of business, guys, you require quite an amount of water, really serious amount of water, guys, and you don't want to be buying that every day, because water, you're using it every day, and you don't want water bills to be eating into your profits, guys, every day. So you don't want to go into that. Now right now I have just 280 something, because some of them died, chickens, and they consume 120 liters per day, guys. 120 liters per day. That is from cleaning to drinking. Cleaning and drinking, guys, alone, that is just 120 liters every day. That's what I need. So if I have a 1000 capacity tank, that should take me like that less than 10 days, and you have to adjust that. Now imagine if I was buying that 120 liters every day. First of all, it takes a lot of labor if you're doing it yourself, and then secondly, it takes a lot of time. Now, two important things you don't want to waste. You don't want to waste in life, guys, or in this business, guys. So those two are the most important things. Now, labor, another thing is time, and then the other thing is money. Very important, guys. You don't want to be spending so much time and so much money on something that you can fix once and for all, like water, guys. So we did a bit of a borehole. Can you really see it? Yeah, I think it's in the distance. Maybe I'll be showing you that later. So we did a borehole, guys, and that was in 2023. Yeah, 2023, I think, January. We completed the borehole, and it took quite some serious cash, guys, close to $1,000 if you're converting that, close to $1,000. And at that particular time, I had actually sold another flock that I had sold around 150 chickens, local chickens that I had. I told you previously that I started this business with local chickens, and they weren't that productive. You can watch that video on why I stopped rearing them. In this, look into my playlist, and you can see my videos on why I stopped rearing them at that particular time. So I sold 150 of them. I had quite a number, guys, quite a number, so many. So I sold quite a number of them, and then that's where I got the money to actually pay for that, drill the borehole, guys. So right now it is helping me do that. It is helping me a lot. It's saving a lot in terms of water. Right now I just have to pump it into the tank, and then I have my water. I don't have to buy water, actually pay somebody to get water for me, because that will just be another problem on its own. It's a challenge on its own. It sounds like just work on its own, guys, and it's something you need daily. You need to water is needed daily for chickens. So if I were you guys, something I'll consider investing in it first. If I want to do commercial chicken farming, it's something I'll consider investing in first. Even if you're doing fish farming, it is something. Actually, this is the idea that motivated me to start fish production, to think about, because I had plenty of water, so much water. So I thought, well, why don't I just start fish production? Because I have plenty of water here. So when you have plenty of water, guys, you think of it can save you a lot. It saves you a lot. It saves you a lot of time. It saves you money, guys, and it's a very basic need that you just have to think about it if you are venturing into production of maybe chickens or fish. So this is the first thing you think about. This is the water. Is the first thing you think about, guys. Don't be lied to that maybe you'll be fetching it. If you live maybe close to a river, maybe you'll be fetching it daily. It will get to a time where you actually don't have time to actually go fetch that water. If you live, I understand that there are people who live close to a river, therefore they can easily get the water, but you actually need to find a way to store that water. It has to be clean water. You can't be fetching water directly from a river and then giving them to your chickens. So that won't work, guys. You need to find a way to store the water, get the water, store it in a tank, treat it before you give to your chickens, so that they stay healthy. So I have quite and a number of things, guys, I've achieved. That was last year. That was 2023. That's what I did last year. I achieved quite a number of things, but not much. But this year, guys, I set out to achieve quite a number of things also, and I managed to do most of them. Now, I can't think of any one thing that I set out to do, but I didn't achieve. Really, I can't. No. I think these are the two. These are the two most important two things that I set out to achieve, and actually achieved them, guys. So I set out to start commercial layer chickens. I got 300 of them hatched. Right now they're giving me money. And then I had an idea of constructing a double storage building, and here I am. I'm actually done with it. Now this one, it will sit here for around, I'm waiting for these pillars to dry very well, so that I'm actually also waiting for a number of materials, because we were partying for this whole week. We were in people were in the party mode, guys, in the holiday mode. People don't want to work actually that time. So the holidays are over, and it's time to get back to work. So we'll be resuming this soon. I'll be showing you the construction, guys. I want to keep it as simple as possible and as cheap as possible, guys, so that I don't focus mostly here, but I want to save money for the chickens that are coming in, guys. So those have been my achievements so far, and keep subscribing, guys, to the channel, and like, share. Let me hear what you achieved. Did you set out to achieve something this year? Did you achieve it, no matter how small it is or big it was? Did you achieve it? Did you manage to do it? Most of the times we set out to achieve something, but it never manifests into the actual thing that we want, and then we give up. But guys, don't give up. Don't be that easy, guys, to just throw in the towel. Give up easily something that you have set out to do. So make sure you stick to it, and if you feel like it's very important and it will help you in future, you have to make sure you just have to achieve it. Make sure it is completed. Make sure if it's completing a course, studying something for a short course, maybe if it takes 6 months, make sure you achieve it, because if you believe that it will help you, then you just have to. There's no other way. You just have to achieve it. Now, once you're done with it, you start noticing, guys, you just have that sigh of relief, guys, that breath of relief in you, guys, because you'll have achieved something. You'll have completed something. You set up something to do, which many people don't really get to do, but you in particular did it. So make sure, if you set out a goal that you want to achieve, this in this year, make sure you accomplish it. So keep subscribing, guys, and I'll be posting more videos of these in the coming few days.